Welcome to Geomantic Information Systems. We're going to finally tackle the geomancy of 9/11. In examining the geomantic structures of New York City, Cleopatra's Needle is really an obvious component of the geomantic system of New York City. Now there's also an obelisk just like this, or very similar, at St. Peter's at the Vatican. The labarum design at the Vatican is very interesting, and it vectors lines to some fascinating places. No element of the labarum at the Vatican vectors a line to Cleopatra's Needle, but the octagonal plaza that's around Cleopatra's Needle does vector a line to the Vatican Needle here. Here we can see how the labarum of the Vatican creates lines that goes to Hagia St. Sophia to the east and very close to Fatima, Portugal to the west. Other places such as Gothenburg, Sweden to the north and Ethiopia to the southwest. Now here's the line we see going right to New York, and we'll see the geomantic system of New York City that's aligned with Central Park at the 209-degree bearing of Central Park. As we zoom in on Cleopatra's Needle, we'll see the plaza around it and how one of the lines in the plaza points a line in the direction of the needle at the Vatican. Now the geomantic structures of New York City are interesting. It's all aligned with Central Park. Includes many art museums, the Guggenheim, Metropolitan Museum of Art. And at the point which Cleopatra's Needle is in Central Park, if you draw a line at the 209-degree bearing that the park is oriented on, it transects the park and aligns itself with the east side of 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue is home to many of America's large banks and large corporate interests. This could be one of the reasons for 9/11. If the intent was to attack the geomantic structure that people valued, that large corporate interests valued, this could be the reason. Here we see CBS, Fleet Bank, all kinds of large banks, Bank of America, and Rockefeller Center. The line here even matches an element of one of the structures in Rockefeller Center, which has a geomantic array of its own of esoteric-oriented artwork. Starbucks corporate. And here the New York City Public Library is has an interesting geomantic array of its own, and the line transects a fountain here at the west end and has a triangular stage, and with a triangle pointing towards the line here. It's interesting from a geometric perspective. Now the line crosses near the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is not on the line at all, but it is close by, about 4 blocks away. Now at the same bearing, the line here will go to the World Trade Center area, where it crosses the tips of 2 domed structures. And both of these dome structures have a labarum design on top of them. There's also another dome and a pyramid, and also a hexagon where the line terminates. We'll talk about that in a second. Now if you look at the domes closely, they might have drip marks, but they look like hash marks. And curiously, one of them seems to match the line. There's hash marks on either side of the dome here. And it almost seems to match the angle within the design of the labarum of the one that exits St. Peter's and goes to Cleopatra's Needle. So it's not at the same bearing, but the way this design is oriented matches the way it transects that symbol. So the World Trade Center area is just full of geomantic structures, and now if you follow the line to where it ends down here at the southern tip of Manhattan, it ends at a hexagonal structure and even matches a facet of the hexagonal structure. This is reminiscent of Baalbek, the hexagonal structure there, and how it vector lines to places, and how the facets of the pyramid may also do the same. So just to recap everything, the geomancy of 9/11 may start as far to the east as Hagia St. Sophia, but the Vatican may be at the center of it all, the Labarum design there. Whether this is something the Catholic Church is involved in or not, the design is being used, and it may begin here at Hagia St. Sophia, which is right on line with the eastern trending line from the Labarum design. In fact, may go to the tip of the dome. And then here, the red line that lines up with the obelisk at the Vatican from the orientation of the little plaza around the obelisk at Central Park, creating the geomancy of Manhattan, ending at the World Trade Center, where the Twin Towers may have been brought down because they represent the Twin Towers of Boaz and Joachim. And this is just interesting that the line matches this hexagon. So maybe what was really being attacked on 9/11 was the geomancy, or the symbolic meaning of it, the representation of it. So whoever did it might have been up to that. So check out Pete Shampoo's video here on YouTube, and have a great day.